Welcome in. The morning grind. Happy Friday is what you make sure you need to have, especially when we got Ms. Marla in the building.
Happy Friday!
We're not asking them, we telling them. It's okay. We can assert that you should be happy today.
I like being assertive. Just does something to me.
And it does something to those receiving.
I'm not going to ask questions on that.
Yeah, whether they want it or not, you now have my attention.
Hey, what's going on with all that darn traffic?
I'm telling you, for those that are out there and about, you have a little bit of issues now. Let me just offer just some opportunities that maybe you could take some alternate routes. If you are out there on I-35 northbound, there's a crash at exit 265, Texas 130 toll. Out on County Road 123, direction both ways, road closed due to flooding. Dallas Drive, there's a crash. That's FM 734 Palmer Lane. Old Texas 20, crash on Old Texas 20 at Skimmer Run. On 30th Street, there's a building flyer on 30th Street at West Drive. Please, no rubbernecking. Texas 29, there's a crash. Texas 29 at Jonah Spur. And over on Paseo Nuevo Circle, crash on Paseo Nuevo Circle at Ross Road. Those are your incidences right now.
Wow. I'm so happy I'm not affected by all of that.
Oh.
I just know, it's like a little spot. But usually there's always, like when you're coming down I-35,
Yeah.
Driving south from north, you're going to fall into a little patch. And then, once everybody wake up and merge,
Yes.
then it clears up.
Yeah, you got those coming from the north. For them, it's all about their travel. So they're flying because they know they got to get it.
Yes.
And then there's the people in the meantime, in between time, they just trying to live. They just trying to get on, hop on the interstate, avoid the surface streets. And that merge is always the problem. It's like that hot and cold coming together. They ain't never a good mix.
I know.
Right when they hit, ugh.
Sometimes I live like that.
Oh.
Hot and cold. Like when it's like wintertime.
Yeah.
The heat may be on, but I got something cold going too. Like they're like, what is she going through? I don't know. It's a hot and cold thing going on.
Well, I wouldn't
I
even
want it
say,
a little warm, but I like it cold.
maybe you just have a hard time making up your mind.
No,
maybe
because I want it both.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Just can't be satisfied.
Weather greedy. It satisfies me.
Yeah.
When I have it like that.
You can't tell me to only cut on the heat. I'm gonna have some chill going on too.
Exactly.
I do my own thing,
Yes.
make my own choices.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that. If they want to know, you gonna tell them. See, that's that assertiveness we just talked about.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying.
You assert your right to have a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That tells you a little bit about Miss Marla. For those who don't know, if you're a first-time listener, Miss Marla is not to be controlled.
I'm not quite sure what that means. Because why would anyone want to control someone?
Oh my gosh. Well, if you wanted to, we can definitely get that one going started today, because there are some people that let's say that they have an affinity to saying, "Oh, what I think you should do."
Right.
And then of course, the place I want to go is people that think that they can tell you what to do with your body. And especially the feminine body, because I don't see them trying to regulate men's. I would love to see that.
Yes, yes.
Anybody out there that wants to go out there on a ballot and say, hey, yeah, all men, you have to go do such and such.
You need to go get snip once you hit 40.
Yeah. But you don't hear it, right? But yet,
no more for you at 40. Snip that stuff.
We have the audacity to say, no, we won't go to the men, but we'll go to the women. And we'll say,
you're sounding like, were you purposely trying to sound like Scooby?
Wait, Grumman? That's who you gonna mess with? Bruh.
Well, I just want to say, like, this morning, we've got, like, Washington, the state, Seattle tuning in. So much love out there, Washington. Y'all up kind of early and stuff.
I appreciate
but much
y'all.
love out there to you.
I love Seattle.
But then all the way on the other side of the country, D.C., Washington, D.C.
Hey, chocolate city.
And they got a lot of traffic going on for when they listening.
Right now.
Yeah, it's been a crash down over there on Braddock Road down there. I just thought I'd help them out a little bit. So y'all might have to reroute, down there in D.C.
There's a lot of water around them parts. And so you're stuck with tunnels and bridges. So you can't really do the surface streets. I'm going to say the best city for traffic is Los Angeles. Because when you're in Los Angeles, if you know that there's a Stau. Hey, I just hit you with a new word. Do you know what a Stau is?
Please, go ahead and enlighten us.
It's a German word for traffic. So when you're in traffic, you could jump off on them surface streets and you be thinking, man, I'm still doing something. I'm still moving forward. It's going to take the same amount of time as you sitting in traffic, but at least you're moving.
Yeah.
You feel like you're moving. So I will put that out there, that there's some back roads. You could head out into some canyons. But if you're okay with the, taking this stoplight and that stoplight and this traffic, then Los Angeles is the place if you want to avoid traffic.
We did have someone that wanted to make a comment, but somehow we lost her.
They want a California lover. It's like, man, I ain't talking to Los Angeles with that dude. Los Angeles.
But yeah, I love Seattle.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
Ooh, I've been up to the Key. I took my motorcycle. I lived there for summer, and it was the summer of 2013, and that's when they set the record for like 36 straight days with no rain during the summer. Took my motorcycle. I was able to ride the motorcycle up and down the coast, but more importantly, up Mount Rainier.
Beautiful.
And when I got to the top, there was snow up there in the middle of the summer.
That's what I was gonna say. It's beautiful when you can look up there and you see the snow.
Yeah.
And down in the valley, it's hot.
And you see, because it's hot, you see waterfalls. Right. Because some of that snow was melting and running down. It was great. Yeah. I mean, that was amazing.
Mount Nomath Falls there. Ooh. That's near Portland,
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
So while you were up that way, did you get a chance to maybe head a little further? Did you go see some redwoods while you were out down that West Coast?
We end up in Vancouver, Canada.
Oh, I love Vancouver. When I was there that summer, I ended up there. What was it? July 3rd. I went to Vancouver, and that was Cannabis Day.
I was getting ready to say there's wonderful. There's wonderful cafes,
and it was nothing wrong.
No,
I just didn't smoke.
But I was like, coffee. What, you should have the coffee.
Oh, I didn't even think about it. I did have an amazing breakfast.
It was wonderful.
I stopped at a great breakfast spot. But I love Vancouver.
See, happy Friday. You're on the morning grind.
Hello, how you doing? How you guys doing?
Wonderful.
Great.
How are you today?
I'm doing pretty good. Didn't want to be, downer conversation, but when you were talking about, the decision about abortions, I remember working in the early 80s in clinics here in Austin. And one thing that I've noticed back then, and, this is just one thing, is that some of the clients that came in for a procedure that were on Medicaid, Medicaid paid 100%.
Are you serious?
You know
oh my God!
Wow.
You see, so that is another catalyst why they're doing this. They paid 100%.
Wow.
And then sometimes people came in 3 or 4 times out of 3 years, so it was used as a form of birth control. So we have to factor that in, too.
Yes.
The government didn't want to pay for that no more.
Oh. I bet. To another thing to add, I remember this might have been early 2000s, late 90s, when a black or brown lady or, young woman they didn't have to have their parents if they were under 18. They didn't have to have their parents' permission. But if you were a white girl, you had to have your parents' permission in order to get it done.
Did not know that.
Something was weird about that.
Yeah.
I do appreciate you, caller, kind of giving in, kind of letting us know about that that little history of that. Makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
It does.
Yeah.
You have a wonderful morning and an awesome weekend.
You too.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, there are a lot of backdoor reasons that sometimes you never see at the ground level. You need to, sometimes you gotta get into them sewers. Yeah, research. You gotta get some info, and then you'll come back. You're like, oh, now I get it.
Yeah, I know. I know that. Please, the whole anti-DEI just lets me know you want to get rid of a whole, you want to get rid of whole cultures and and all of that, and you want to grow what you think is your race. You want to, because you feel like you're really understanding of who really the minority and who the majority, and it is not the white people. I'm sorry to say, it is not. We or the black or the brown is really the majority. But I digress.
No, I just had a conversation with a gentleman the other day, and all he thought when he heard DEI was that it was about race. That's all he thought and knew.
That's what gets me.
But
it's
once we
for
talk,
expansion.
Yes,
it is for expansion.
Understanding
from from my sexuality, my disability, my my ethnicity is not the only. You know what I mean?
No, that's the first place I went. I was explaining to him about the disability side.
Come on now.
It's overlooked. Right. When you are an upright walker, when you are an unassisted walker, you don't think about that. You don't think, oh man, we probably need a ramp.
Come on.
We don't think about, oh, we need an elevator right here.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't think about, look how high this curb is.
Come on.
That's the part.
Even here at the station, we have a ramp, so in case somebody wants to come and visit the station, you can come in with that wheelchair.
Well, here's what I can explain.
But if there is no ramp, it makes them feel like they don't belong there.
Yep.
Don't go to that store or that restaurant and spend your green money because they don't want you there.
I had that conversation because the gentleman wanted open dialogue. But there are a lot of people that don't want their eyes open. They don't want to learn anything about this. That's why for them, the easiest thing to do is just to say, oh, DEI, yeah, that's just about race stuff. Yeah. That's some other affirmative action. Nope, that's just giving people an unfair advantage. Those are the people, man, you got to ask yourself, do you really want to waste your time?
Come on, man.
You got to ask yourself. If you're, I'm going to say lucky enough to have them in your circle. Because most people stay within their circle, so a lot of those people will stay in their own circles where they're empowered, and a lot of people will just keep saying, "Yeah, you're right. We don't need it.
But do you want to expand your circle?
No,
or do you want to keep that circle small?
Most don't, because it's uncomfortable. You feel like you can't relate, and you can't relate, and you're not doing a great job on how to relate.
Because you're either not trying or I don't get it. Somebody ask those crazy questions. Let's ponder on that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And let's take a little break so I can work out my DEI in my body. It's not, the top part is not one of being diverse and inclusive with the bottom part. And so I've got to work it out.
Yeah. Some conversations need to be had. We need a conjoining of the top part, the bottom part.
You got it. So we're going to see what DJ Wiz got going on.
Morning Grind.
All right, we are back in the morning grind right here on KAZI Austin 88.7 FM. We are streaming all over the world on KAZIFM.org. And San Antonio just woke up. So.
Hey, bring it on. Alamo City.
What's going on with that traffic?
I-35, direction both ways. There's a crash. Lanes are blocked. That's I-35 both ways at exit 265, Texas 130 toll. Over on I-35 northbound, there's a crash at exit 275, Boatwright Boulevard. Over on County 123, it is still closed due to flooding. Riata Vista Circle, there's a crash. That's westbound at Deal Trail. Over on Chisholm Parkway. There also is an incident that's at CR 173 Chisholm Trail Road. Those are your incidences currently.
Well, I am really excited because we have guests in the house. And I love it when we have guests in the house that's going to help empower our people. Community Impact Day. That's what we're going to be talking about. Community Impact Day. It is a nationwide initiative spearheaded by the National Association of Real Estate Brokers. Yes. That's going to be going on Saturday, April 13th at ACC Eastview. We have wonderful guests in the house that's going to give us some information about that. Let's go ahead and do mic check. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. How's everyone?
Awesome.
Oh,
See,
doing
there we
great.
go. There we
Doing
go.
great.
Awesome.
Thank you much.
Awesome.
Good morning. Mic check.
There
Hope
we go.
everyone is well.
That's two.
And good morning.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Run it in. We got three people here to help us learn so much more. Ladies, dare I say, gonna teach us something. You can never learn too much. Intelligence is the torch of wisdom. Dare I say.
All right.
Tell us about Community Impact Day. How is this going to empower our community?
Yes. Good morning again. I'm Jonna LeGrone Haynes. I'm the president of Austin Black Real Estate Professionals.
Okay.
We are the local chapter for National Association of Real Estate Brokers that you just referenced.
Awesome.
We promote democracy in housing. We promote home ownership. And locally, we also provide professional development for our members, which are called realtors. We're made up of realtors like myself, but we also have mortgage professionals. We have insurance, commercial, inspectors, appraisers, you have it. Anyone that touches the real estate transaction in that world is a member of our organization. What we're doing this Saturday with Community Impact Day is to provide an opportunity, and we're a part of a 100-city Building Black Wealth tour that's happening across all of our local chapters. And we're providing opportunities for the community to have engagement and interact with all types of real estate professionals. And so we have concurrent workshops that are happening starting at 10 o'clock. The doors open up at 9. But starting at 10, we'll have workshops on the basics of home buying, on how to build your credit, how to get a loan. We'll have a panel on down payment assistance programs and affordable housing opportunities that are out there that people may not be aware of.
Right.
And we also have a workshop called What to Do with Big Mama's House. Because
Yes.
we know
Come on
estate
now.
planning,
Yes.
and we just know we're not educated as we should be, and we want to be able to keep property within our family and pass it down. This is really all about generational wealth.
Yes.
Now, how do we close that wealth gap that currently exists? Right now, amongst the black population, it is about 45%, and we're lower than our Hispanic counterparts, and we're also much lower than our white counterparts that are around 70%. So that's why Saturday is going to be a wonderful day of exchange of information.
Yes.
The other great thing about it is the opportunity to have one-on-one conversations with these individuals, and we're providing a safe place, an environment where people will feel comfortable asking these questions. And I will stop there and pass it on to two of our planning partners in this event, members of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, and also the Church of God in Christ. I'll let them speak as well.
Okay.
Good morning, everyone. Sylnovia Holt-Rab, and I'm a member of the Austin Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, as well as one of the co-chairs of the Economic Development Committee. It is one of our 5-point programs, and our sorority seeks to empower our neighborhoods and our communities, not only through economic development, but educational development, international awareness and involvement, physical and mental health, as well as political awareness and involvement. And we know that Austin in the past and currently has been labeled one of the most economically segregated cities in America. And so this is important to us to empower our community, to build economic viability within our community and try to close that gap. So we thought it was great. Our national president has partnered with the National Association for this event, and so we're excited to bring this to the community. Again, it is important that we understand how to build wealth in our community for generations.
Yes, very important.
Well, how do you follow like these two? Wow. I mean, this is a phenomenal partnership. And I mean, on behalf of our presiding bishop, the Bishop J. Drew Sheard out of Detroit, Michigan, the Church of God in Christ, just certainly has a emphasis on wanting to really empower our communities. And so this is one of the initiatives that he has as the presiding bishop. For those that may not, they may recognize the name. Of course, he is the husband of the legendary gospel recording artist Karen Clark Sheard.
Yes.
But again, this is happening in 100 cities across the country on the same day, at the same time. And again, this is such a phenomenal impact that we just really want to try to empower Black and brown communities all over the world. Our denomination in and of itself is about 6.5 million strong. We're in about 112 countries all around the world. In Austin, we have about 8 or 9 Kojic churches, but our reach is just not in the Kojic community. It is also in our partnerships with all of our brothers and sisters here in all denominations within Austin. So we've been trying to really share that word. But again, just how do we, as our partners have said here already, how do we get the word out to our community members about how to build Black wealth? And again, not to relinquish any type of investments that they may have either inherited or even information that they may find important so that they might be able to expand not only where they are today, but of course as they leave inheritances for their children so that their children understand the value in investment to their own property, land, etc. And then of course expanding those portfolios. So we're excited to have this partnership with the National Association of Real Estate Brokers and, of course, these fine 9 fraternities that are certainly joining us.
For those who don't know, just to tell you a little bit, if you didn't know, Delta Sigma Theta is a historically African-American sorority organization. Was founded by college-educated women dedicated to public service with an emphasis on programs that assist the African-American community. Ladies, y'all literally you're carrying the torch. I mean, I mentioned earlier, you guys were founded at Howard University. So there's a little bit of background for those who don't know. All the way back in 1913. Yes. We really appreciate that you guys are being great examples for young ladies that can take these opportunities. Is going to college the end all? No, but just seeing that once our college days are done, that you can still contribute and be a part of your community, and you guys be an example of that. So thank you for that, Miss Marla. I have so many questions.
Speaking, you guys, you can tell her. And what frat are you, dude?
Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity
Incorporated.
Incorporated.
That explains it.
Exactly.
I was going to keep it to myself.
I might add that we have our national organization has an MOU with several other Divine Nine, including the Sigmas and the Alphas as well.
Yes.
And we will also have members of Omega Psi Phi fraternity present to help with voter registration. So D9 is heavily involved, and we'd love to, partner with you. If not this weekend, in another opportunity as well. I also want to just provide a little bit of background about NARAB too. It was founded in 1947, and they're based in political advocacy.
Okay.
But the reason why that organization exists is because realtors like myself back then were not allowed to be realtors with the National Association of Realtors. So we had to create our own, like we always do.
Yes.
And that's why we're called realtors, and that's why the organization exists as well. So
Wow.
I want our listeners to know this is the cornerstone. This is the cornerstone of the American dream. I mean, we all, individuals and families, are going to have the opportunity to accumulate wealth. And I wanted to get to this other part. maintain relatively consistent housing costs over time.
Exactly.
That's the thing. After what happened, and I want to say it was COVID. After COVID happened, I mean, people were strong-arming you, and whatever you thought your rent was, it wasn't anymore. And then since then, and now, you know, we're 4 years past that. But could you guys talk a little bit about that part? The costs over time that you could control your own financial destiny.
Yeah.
I think it's important, especially here in Austin, given our history around the 1928 plan and all the gentrification happening east of I-35, and especially within the African American Cultural Heritage District. I think it is important that we definitely arm ourselves, especially when it comes to Big Mama's house, on how to maintain that. If you ride through East Austin now, you may not, if you weren't born here, you may not even understand the history of that area. And so for me, especially with Delta Sigma Theta, keeping that wealth in the family and understanding how to do that properly. As Donna said, we're going to have attorneys there to have conversations, because property taxes in Austin are no joke.
Yes.
And so this is definitely important to our sorority and just the community as a whole, for us to maintain our presence, because once you lose it, you lose that culture, you lose that vibrancy, that secret sauce that everybody wants to come to Austin to experience.
Exactly.
And go ahead.
You know, I was going to add, because I'm not from Austin, right? You know, I ended up here in Austin by way of the military and job. So I retired, you know, after 21 years of military service. I retired out of El Paso, and then I moved to San Antonio, got a job working for the state, moved here, and then ended up pastoring a church here. But what I really wanted to say was, you know, a lot of times, because, you know, we have a spiritual component that we're bringing to this as well. A lot of times people move to Austin, and then, of course, they see all of the prices and the cost of living to live here in Austin, and of course they may be like, well, you know, what's the use? I might as well just go ahead and stay in an apartment or continue to rent for the rest of my life. And so we're going to try to, you know, bring the aspect of, listen, whatever your dreams are, you certainly can continue to, you know, work towards them, achieve them, whatever that may look like for you. Again, taking a young foster kid, a person who was born into the system and then aged out of the system, right? Look at me today. At the end of the day, whatever dreams I had, I continued to work towards them in order to achieve them. And so I hope to kind of bring that lens in some of our mental health classes that we have. Again, just setting the mindset of whatever you put your mind to do, you certainly can achieve it, and don't allow for some of the intentional barriers that our systems put in place stop you from reaching your dreams.
Come on now. Community Impact Day. It's going to be going on Saturday, April 13th from 9 a.m. to 3:30. It's going to be at ACC Eastview Campus and Building 8000, 3101 Weberville Road. Families are welcome, and it is free to the public to sign up today. Go, yes.
Free 99.
Free 99. And he made a good point about the spirituality piece about it. Mindset is very important. I mean, this is one of the biggest purchases we're ever going to make. It does seem like it's not doable.
Right.
And so, but it is tangible. Home ownership is tangible for sure.
Yes.
And so part of that day is to have those conversations, to find out where that individual may stand. There are myths around how much you have to get started. A lot of people are scared to even have their credit run or just have that conversation about their savings and what it takes. This conversation is about what does it take to become a homeowner.
Yes.
And we found that there are at least 2 million mortgage-ready people. They just don't know it.
They just don't know it.
So that's why we need them to have those conversations with the lenders and the mortgage professionals to just start having the conversation. And if you're not ready now, then we can plan for it, plan ahead.
There you go.
So that's why this Saturday is so important. The other thing we know is that home ownership is the primary mechanism to building generational wealth.
Yes.
And so that's why we want our community to have the information. Just a few statistics, if I could share. It's shown that black families own about 24 cents for every $1 of white family wealth. Okay. It's also known that 400 of the wealthiest Americans control the same wealth as all 48 million blacks living in the country.
Wow.
Okay. And also the median wealth for white households is $188,000 compared to $24,000 for black families and $36,000 for Hispanic households. So, we got a long way to go. We're doing our part to close that gap and to provide that information so that we can have more homeowners.
Yes. Because what gets me...
That look like us.
Yes. What gets me is, we, like you said, we go to school, and then you go off into college, and then you graduate. But nowhere in there was there a get ready for life, to where we even had to have, student loan forgiveness, but where was the education about what are you going to do when you get out? And, I know when I was coming up, it was like, okay, you go to school, and my first investment was my car, and then the second one would be my house, and so, but I was so uneducated on everything. I was like 29 closing on a house, not even knowing what I was getting into, borrowing from my 401k, getting in a program where where the state has available funds to help you for down payment, things like that. But I do wish that I would have had some kind of, empowerment course, things like this that's going on to help me, so now I'm in a whole total different world now, it's like, okay, now I'm myself, I'm by myself, what I'm saying? So I'm not getting a loan with someone else, I'm building my own credit, but now I want to I want a duplex because for me, I can live in one part and build the income from the other, you know what I'm saying? And so, but that whole mentality is what I'm loving of what, what we have to, I've talked to people, I don't know what I need to get a house for. And I'm like, you don't understand power in America and what we had to go through for us that had that power, like seeing my great grandparents investing in Chicago in the fight, to keep it and not be redlined somewhere, you know what I'm saying? And so that's why I was like, this is so important, to our community, especially, even now in the northern suburbs of Illinois, they're going through, they actually owe reparations to like a little suburb to blacks who own property there, but things that was going on, the stuff wasn't, pipes and stuff wasn't being updated, but that side of the town was getting updated, and so I can understand sometimes for the younger generation, to get discouraged, I don't feel like, I don't want to go. And like you said, with grandma in them house, I'm like, I have, family now that's going through, it's like, no, don't sell, don't let the developers put those dollar signs. If they offering you $500,000, it's worth $1 million. Don't sell.
And that's the importance of connecting with a real estate professional who can kind of guide you and connect you with the right people to get the information, to get the data, to get the comps, to just, don't, like you said, don't jump at the first chance when someone offers you something. And you mentioned income. There's nothing wrong with renting. We all start there. But do you want to continue renting? Do you want to continue building
buying
someone else's
house?
Exactly. Building someone else's equity and appreciation that you can use for yourself, that you can borrow against, that you can pass down to your family as well. So again, this Saturday is to provide that information so everyone knows, can create a pathway to success for themselves.
Yeah. And I'll just say really quickly, the church's role again is just really to bring that holistic approach. And I forgot to put this plug in, I'm the senior pastor of the Greater St. John's and the New Zion Hill Church here in Austin and in Smithville. But again, my approach is really holistic. I try to bring a holistic approach, not only just the biblical concepts, and I think that's what our presiding bishop is also focused on, not just the biblical concepts, because those things are important, but also the whole man. How do we address mental health? How do we address, like you said, Miss Marla, the life skills, right? On how to really survive, how to, like when you graduate high school, what is the next thing to survive, right?
Exactly.
How do you address those concerns?
Yes, we do. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I just want to make sure everyone understands that there are workshops for future home buyers, current homeowners, and as Mr. Hobson said, career and personal development. And I want to make sure we understand career and personal development. You can learn. Miss Marler said it herself. At 29, she was grown, but she had a lot more that she should have known. And this is that workshop. It's going to be for it.
We do have someone on the line. Happy Friday. You're on the morning grind.
Well, thank you. Happy Friday to everyone up there.
That's right.
Hello.
Right back at you.
Thank you. To your guest, I'm kind of late coming into, but I heard you speaking on buying a home. But in the process of buying a home, they're so expensive now, and the monthly payments every month, I cannot see how one family can afford a $2,000 to $3,000, $5,000 a month house note when most of America don't even bring that home. So how are the churches intertwining? In other words, what's the name of your church again? And how are you working with your group churches to make the government, the legislature responsible for representing people who can afford to pay? They can pay a house note a payment of $400 a month. They can pay their utilities, buy groceries for their family, be at home instead of work 25/7 job. Now, my comment is that how many churches intervene on this here? And another most important thing I have to say in the Ten Commandments. It says in the Word of God that if you live by the Ten Commandments, you will be judged out by the Ten Commandments. And the bottom line is that Jesus came and died upon the cross for our sins because God saw where we couldn't uphold the Ten Commandments. But when you commit adultery, when thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not love what their neighbor has and stuff like that. And yet and still we do that. And
so what was the point you wanted them to answer? It's like, how is the church holding up to help us?
How is the system holding up? You see, teachers got to go in with guns. You see the previous president on trial for committing adultery.
Right. So we're gonna stay on the point, though, Miss Charlene. We're gonna stay on the point of how our team that we have here are going to help empower our community so that we don't have to worry about $2,000 is a whole lot of money.
Miss Marlene, can I wrap that up, Miss Charlene?
Yeah, but I'm saying, but we want to keep to the point because we have time. And so you did ask that question. You asked a lot of questions, but can we let the guests answer the question you first asked before we go diving off into other politics?
I think I can answer that question very simply.
If you can answer that simple question, that also interacts with the whole process of this world, okay?
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you and be blessed.
You too now.
What was her name again, Miss
Charlene?
Miss Charlene, here's the question. Answer the first question. I'm the pastor at Greater St. John's here in Austin, 7210 Providence Avenue. Secondly, I'm heavily involved with our system in terms of just some of our housing programs and things like that. So the answer is I am sitting at the table. So really trying to make a difference with some of the housing inequities along with our First Lady Abbott's initiatives that she has going on. And if you're in Austin and you're not registered for this event tomorrow, I would encourage you to do so because a lot of those answers may be answered in some of the sessions that we're going to have tomorrow. That's probably the best way to answer a lot of those things.
Yes.
Can I offer what I thought her roundup was? I think we need to get in where you fit in. So to her point, I don't think you should be going for a house that's outside of your means. I know that there may have been historical areas, but if you can't afford that area, this is where I mean get in where you fit in and live within your means. So I think to that point encapsulates what I think she was trying to get at. And if y'all can kind of mention that, because I know where I want to be, but I can't afford that. So if I have to, and I'm sorry if I got to say get out of Austin, but if I'm in Pflugerville now, or if I have to go to Hutto, you get in where you fit in and get that house where you can afford.
Right. And Delta Sigma Theta has a heavy focus on political awareness, so we are always advocating on behalf of our own community. But April for Delta Sigma Theta is also financial fortitude, and we would never partner with anyone who is going to put you in a position that is beyond your means. That's why these workshops are so important, because there are affordable housing programs. There are, only because some things I do, there are ways to programs that will get you into a home that is affordable for you. And so that's why this education to come understand down payment, how much of your salary you should be putting, going through your budget, and to say maybe not this year, but let me get on a path of how I can obtain a home.
And the real estate professional will help set those expectations, be realistic with you about what you can and can't do, And to your point as well, NARAB is also an advocate. Like I said, we're based in political advocacy. And so all of those concerns are just, and we are all in our own way and collaboratively addressing those.
So we are going to just remind our listeners, this is Community Impact Day. The Austin Black Real Estate Professionals, together with partnerships, present the 100 City.
100 City.
That's 100. that ain't 2. That ain't 3. That's a lot.
Yeah.
So we can tell a friend that not only we can pass this information along to our cousins, because I got a cousin over in Baltimore. I got cousins in Jacksonville. So Saturday, April 13th, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. That's a good little moment. Hey, y'all make sure y'all got some hard workers. Can y'all go get lunch? Don't be collapsing out there. Get some lunch while y'all out there. So they'll be there from 9 to 3. Hopefully they get a good breakfast. Hopefully they take some time for some lunch, because they're going to be scurrying around. I hope all y'all show up. ACC Eastview Campus, Building 8000. Just get on the campus. I'm sure you'll find them if you forget the building number part. And then that's 3101 Weberville Road, Austin, Texas. I don't know what bus that is, but please look it up. I know there's an app
even
for that,
if you have to.
and it'll tell you where it is. Please register via Eventbrite for Community Impact Day. And you guys can go to the website, Community Impact Day, austin.eventbrite.com.
Or
So we're
Austin Black Real Estate Professionals .com/Community Impact Day.
Awesome. Okay. We're going to take a break, and then we're going to come back and close it up, because I do have one more caller for you, okay?
Great.
All right, so it's so, you get so caught up.
Oh,
I'm like, I don't want it to end.
That time is flying.
You got to pay the bills.
Yes, got to pay the
More
bill.
to come with the morning grind. Right.
All right, we are back. Right here on KAZI Austin, 88.7 FM. We're streaming all over the world on KAZIFM.org. And usually we one of our sponsors is Parks Coffee. And I'm sipping on it right now. And they have a name. They asked me what's my favorite flavor of the coffee, and it's Tall, Dark, and Colombian. That's the name of it. And I'm saying it out, calling them out, because Colombia we got South America has just tuned in.
I take
and
offense
so I'm
to
like,
that.
I was like, all right, Colombia.
I am
see.
a
So they
short,
are listening to
light
us all over
Chilean,
the world.
and I think you got to open up your horizons there.
And we were sitting here having wonderful conversations. Community Impact Day.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh wow. That day they're going to empower, educate a community of color on the benefits of building legacy of wealth through home ownership. And I do have someone on.
We lost them.
We lost them.
That's good, because I got a hard question, Ms. Marla, that I got to ask right now.
Okay.
Let me get my mean face on when I look at all three. It's 3 of them. I'm outnumbered over here. But I'm going to look at y'all one big time
I'm
and
going to
say,
pass the mic here.
a man of the cloth. He says, we're not going to do that drama stuff. I'm going to look at y'all all, and I'm going to say, I know this is going to cost me some money, man. Look, I want to learn all this info, and y'all look like y'all trying to get in my pocket and charge me for all this. You got all these professionals coming out, and it's going to cost me a bunch of money to get out there. Y'all said y'all was going to do some estate planning. Estate planning assistance is what a lot of us need. I know that's going to cost some money. How much? Go ahead and tell us how much is it going to be, because it sounds like there's going to be a lot of money.
Time.
Wait, what? That's
Time.
Oh, I got that.
It's going to cost you time.
I got that.
Wow.
Oh, I got that. I got that.
However, the event, as we said before, is free.
Oh.
The event is free. Come out and get the information and
Yeah,
learn
valuable.
about
Very
those
valuable.
services that will benefit you. And we have lunch.
Wait a minute. You had me at free. I think this was on the bus line, and there are lunch opportunities.
Yes. Lunch opportunities. We even have a couple of raffle tickets as well,
What?
raffle items to give away as well. But you can't put a price on the information that you're
Yeah.
going to get.
Hello.
Yeah.
Come on now.
That's going to help you
Exactly.
build that generational wealth. That's going to
Yes.
help you build equity in a home. That's going to help you and your family in the long run. Provide that stability. Provide that place to call your home. Right.
Real love, yes.
And then the idea again is to have these conversations so that you know what to do next. And we're here not just for that day as a real estate professional. Some people think we're just there for just for that one time. I'm with you through the life. If it takes 2 years,
Yes.
I'm there. I want to see you,
Wow.
realize the dream of
Awesome.
home ownership, because it is tangible and it should be yours.
Wow. Happy Friday. You're on the morning grind.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, I just had a couple of questions. One was, so I heard someone say, I just turned on, I didn't hear everything. I heard someone say, okay, well, make sure you're buying and living within your means. And made me, I turned it on, listened to it. First thing I thought about was this. None of this nowadays is within our means. Milk, eggs is not even within our means anymore. So you can imagine the house prices. They're not even within our means anymore. That's number one, and that could be rhetorical. I mean, it's not to argue about it. It's just
It's real.
It's out there. That's
it's real.
Ain't
That's
nobody
the That's the purpose of Compact Community Impact Day, is so that we can educate and empower our people to understand where and how we can uplift each other and how we can uplift our families, so that those problems, because it's going to happen, period. Inflation will go down, inflation goes up. And so that is the purpose of this type of empowering community that's getting ready to empower us about that, so that we can understand the things that we probably need to do. See, sometimes, like you said, living within our means is because sometimes we're not educated on how we can live in our means, or the things to get there, things that we can do, or the assistant that might be out there for us. You guys want to speak on that?
Ms. Marlock, let me add too, because I want to make sure that this is clear, right? Even though this event is happening in Austin, as Dapper D said a few moments ago, this doesn't mean that it's only resources in Austin. I moved around for 21 years in the military, and my house that I buy may not be in Austin next year, right? I may be in Mississippi, I may be in Florida, may be in Virginia. And so the principles that you will learn here can apply anywhere.
Awesome.
As a matter of fact, folk that are in our churches, we have churches, again, like I said at the top of the hour, and my brother, I know that you said you just joined in. Again, we got churches in 112 countries. And so when you have people that are moving all around, again, this principle can apply anywhere. So I just really want to make that context very clear. We're providing this opportunity, this resource here in Austin, but it does not mean that you have to stay here in Austin. Like Dapper D said, you might buy a house in Killeen because it is cheaper to live outside of the city limits of Austin. Currently, my house is in South Austin.
Okay.
Again, it's not in Austin proper because it's cheaper to live outside of the city limits. So just keep that in mind.
And I want to thank you for calling in. Did you have another question before we go?
Yeah, my second part was so just to piggyback off of what I said earlier, even or what do you guys think about, even like say you wanted to be a real estate professional or a realtor or broker or whatever, they're taking the commission. That NAR got rid of the 6% commission now. So what do you think? Will that help or will that hurt real estate agents? And I'll hang up. Thanks for taking my call.
Have a great day.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
calling in.
Yeah, so there's a lot of misinformation out there, and I'm happy to go over it in more detail and explain it, because it's going to make a change for realtors who just don't have the right training. A lot of what you heard has been the changes are going to affect us, and they're going to affect Black people too. Let me just put it that way, in a way that a lot of us, the average person, may not recognize. And so NARAB, as a advocate, is trying to make sure that it doesn't impact our buyers, because of that. The first-time home buyer, the person who is already having a hard time saving for down payment, is going to impact you in ways that you didn't think about. So, is it going to make it better? I really don't. I can't say that it will. But I'm happy to have that further discussion.
There we go.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I want to offer something to our listeners. The brother that just called, appreciate you calling in. I want y'all to think about what the good Reverend Doctor, Hobson, what he just put. This is why you want to go
so
to community
dramatic.
impact.
Oh my God!
I think that's the only reason why they give me a chance to be in here. They're like, okay, we could take you on the air.
Oh, Lord.
This is why you want to come out to Community Impact Day and be in the room with people like these individuals and others. He just put us up on game. Let me drop two little nuggets that I put little notes off of what you said. The first thing I thought of what you said, brother, is buy a house, get a roommate. Let them help you pay for your mortgage. If you know how expensive it is out here, then everyone else thinks that too. So somebody else that's getting price gouged in another place can move in, and maybe they're in the top floor or they're in the bottom floor or they got their own room, and you could charge a good little rate. Dare I say overcharge, but it's the markup. The markup is what they are okay with, which allows you to get assistance to pay your mortgage. I'm gonna just tell you that. So sometimes it's about building to get to where we got to get to. So right now I got the roommates and I'm gonna get to another place because I got other things in works. What are those other things in work? Listen to what he just said, 21 years of service. I know a gentleman that's in Fayetteville, North Carolina. He owns a house in Fayetteville. The mortgage is $800. This brother's getting rent of $1,300. That's $500 he got coming in. What do you think he can do with that $500? He can funnel that money from North Carolina that he bought a property where there are still mortgages for $800 a month, and he can use that $500 to live off of here. So this brother just said, I could have a place in Virginia. I could be in, you didn't say New Mexico, but you could be, if I just get 3 houses, that's $1,500 with that same profit margin. $1,500 coming in for doing nothing. I could get a property manager that I got to spend maybe $100 a month on to run those properties for me in North Carolina.
The sky is the limit.
What y'all trying to do, man? What y'all trying to do?
But you know what? See, stuff like this is very important because after the murder of George Floyd, right, we tried as a black community, we tried to move towards educating and empowering our communities around trying to keep our money, trying to build another black Wall Street, right? To try to keep our dollars within our communities. But it was information like this that was not being shared at the rate that it needed to be shared. So again, not only are we looking at, and I'm not talking from the experts or taking away from the experts, but not only are we looking at first-time homeowners, right? We're looking at people who are already homeowners looking to expand their investment portfolios, right? And of course, make money, make their money work for them.
Come on.
Right?
Because I'm thinking Airbnb some of our properties.
So
oh my gosh. Yes.
We do have a workshop on investing.
Awesome.
And we have a realtor who has experience with Airbnb locally.
Good. We're going to take one more call, then we're going to wrap it up.
Okay.
What about home
I'm having so much
repair?
fun with this.
We are too. Home repair assistance. Y'all gonna help us with that? Because I might need to do some upgrades. This thing been in the house, and this family's been in this house has been in the family for, let's just say, decades. And we may need to do some things. Y'all got somebody that can help me out with that? Talk to me about that.
We actually have some programs, some organizations representing those opportunities to have your home repaired and what services are available there. And to your point, that is one of the issues. A lot of times our homes are in those areas where, they're deteriorating, the climate, that goes way back to redlining and just some of the barriers that we're facing. And so that's going to be important to know, what can I get? What kind of assistance can I get to maintain my home?
Happy Friday. You're on the Morning Grind.
Good morning, Miss Marla and the speakers. I've been in the real estate business over 30 years, and I just flipped a whole lot of property in East Austin. And when we go through credit reports and getting ready, prepped for buyers and stuff, it was okay 20 years ago to get somebody qualified. And more women's was being qualified by themselves than men's was. But 20 years later, the real estate market has blown up so bad, it's hard to get qualified with even a married couple with 2 people. And we have tried owner financing. We have tried lease to buy. We find out that when you buy investment property and rent it out with the intent to make a profit, and a 1-year lease, if you don't get the right tenant, the little money, the little margin that you're gonna make, you have to pay 3 times to get it back, to go back on the market, because some people tie your stuff up so bad it ain't like just walking in,
You're right.
paying it and getting it back ready.
Oh yeah.
You know,
gotta invest in that background
But
check.
you do understand though, that's your game plan going in. So you just put some knowledge out there for others, but let me put some other knowledge out to let them know. That's why you put in that real estate contract, that lease for them every 6 months. My property manager or myself, if it's local, we're gonna come in. We're gonna do an inspection, and then that's how you don't let it get out that far out of hand. You do that.
We go in every month. We go in every month and change air filters because the tenants is not going to change air filters.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
And that
Especially
we
if
know
it's
right
not
then.
theirs.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We know right then how that tenant is living.
Very smart.
So it's not that we not aware on it. We are very professional lease management team, and we look at it and then give them the benefit of the doubt. After we talk to them, they're gonna kind of correct all these problems that we see, and we let them know right then we will not be renewing your lease.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then if a divorce happens, it's an automatic foreclosure. I don't care how you look at it. Most times, people live so close to their margin.
Yeah.
Even the investors, the banks and stuff know that this is so close. Anything that happens, it's going to go into a deferred payment, and then after you defer the payment, it's going to go into foreclosure.
Well, we do appreciate you calling because we got to cut it for time.
We
But thanks for putting that out.
Kind of games.
Yeah.
We play all kind of games with people, and it's not gonna happen. It is too expensive to try to buy real estate and then try to make things happen.
Right. Well, we don't all agree with that. I don't know. I don't always agree with that. I'm gonna tell you that right now. It's not too expensive if you get empowered. It's not too expensive if you get empowered to understand how your money works and the future. Because I'm looking at it now. Within 3 years, I want to own property, but I know as a single woman, there's some things that I need to work on. And those are my goals. But I can't let it discourage me. You know, and it's only gonna go up higher every year. Because that's how the life works. We can't get discouraged. That's why I appreciate Community Impact Day.
Respectfully,
let's close it up. You guys give some positive words out there about the event.
Again, come on out on Saturday. Get a chance to meet real estate professionals that look like you, that understand where you're coming from, feel comfortable asking those burning questions. We're going to have fun. We're going to have free food, free lunch, and from, like I said, if you're a current homeowner, future homeowner, renter, and want to invest, this is a place to be. I'm sure you can find a few minutes just to come out between 9 and 3:30.
Yes.
This is the catalyst. This is the catalyst for all of them to learn more. You'll come out. Right. You'll see some items out there. It could be overwhelming. It's like drinking through a fire hose, as we say sometimes. But bring your notepad, take some notes, and you can go back. And now you can start formulating a plan.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I would also encourage you, if you have teenagers or high schoolers in your house, bring them so that they can start understanding.
Yes.
Boom. Yes. So families are welcome. I ain't got to go find a daycare.
Families are welcome.
Families are definitely
because
welcome.
You want to empower. It's generational wealth that we're trying to build, and having bank accounts for your children, all of that, teaching them how to save and invest. How awesome!
And, we didn't mention that there is going to be a child's corner, a child's play. I forgot the actual name of it. So, if you got children, don't worry about it. I can't find a babysitter. Come. Don't say that this is going to be a waste of time. That's the problem now. Is that we will deflect. It is going to be worth your time. Please come invest in yourself. I promise you, it'll be worth your time.
Mr. Hobson, I want to find you when I get there. I've been going through some stuff.
I'll be there.
You pull me off to the corner. We can get a
listen.
We got
a prayer room too. We got a prayer room too.
Yeah, that's our right there. We talking. He said career and personal development, and I need a little something for the soul.
Ooh, my goodness. I want to
This
thank
has
you
been
guys.
fun.
Yes, thank you for coming on. Thank you for sharing, and thank you for what you guys do. Helping to empower our community. We need that. Appreciate you.
Thank you for the opportunity.
All right, we're gonna take a break, give some love to our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
Rise and grind. It's time for the morning grind on 88.7 FM, KAZI. More to come.
Right. That was awesome.
Man, we just learned something today.
We also learned from the calls that came in of how much this is needed.
Yes.
How much this is needed.
How much is not known.
Come on, you're listening to the Morning Grind right here on KAZI 88.7 FM. We're streaming all over the world on KAZIFM.org. What's up, Pennsylvania?
Hey, Keystone State. What's up? I used to live in Pennsylvania.
Did you?
In Harrisburg. That's the capital.
Okay.
Yeah. It was it was a great experience. I did some youth sports coaching over there at the YMCA. Had a lot of fun. They treated me right over there in Pennsylvania.
Oh, my family's in Norristown.
Oh, yeah, I know it well.
Yeah.
And I spent a lot of time in Philadelphia. I didn't want to leave with that.
I bet.
But, hey, and you remember after Love Jones came out, spoken word took off. Mm-hmm. That was a great time to be alive. Great time to be in Philadelphia. There was a spoken word spot.
It was.
Poetry nights.
It still is.
It is.
Yes.
And jazz clubs, man. I love Philly.
So what's up with that traffic in this, for those going to work late, or for those...
If y'all are still out and about, on I-35 northbound, we have a crash. Lanes are blocked. That's I-35 northbound at exit 251 Round Rock Avenue. On I-35, direction both ways, we have a crash. Lanes are blocked. That's I-35 both ways at exit 265 Texas 130 toll. On US 290 direction westbound, we have an incident. Lanes are blocked. That's US 290 westbound at William Cannon Drive. Over on I-35 northbound, we have a crash at exit 275. That is Boatwright Boulevard. Those are your instances today.
All right, yeah. I'm like FaceTiming Birmingham, Alabama right now.
What's up in the ham? What's up in the ham?
What's up?
Birmingham.
This is one of my future chefs.
Hey.
Yeah, this is a future chef.
Well, and a chef needs somebody to practice on, right?
Hey, she's awesome when it comes to cooking, let me tell you.
Hey.
Yeah, 20-year-old. Yeah, she'll be trying to do her thing, go through culinary school and buy her house also.
Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm gonna tell you this. There are a lot of jobs that will always be needed, and chef is one of them.
Come on now.
and hopefully that chef could learn how to get empowered and maybe even own their own restaurant, not working for nobody else.
Oh, don't worry about it.
Your own house.
She's got that mentor me.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So we're already working. Yeah, we're gonna start off with the food truck.
See that? Each one teach one.
You got it. And then once we build that food truck, then the big restaurant comes. See, step by step, baby steps. She is like this. I hope no one can see me while
I want to ask for a friend. When you approach a food truck, is there a limit on how much one person can order from a food truck? Is there a limit? It's not like a restaurant with that big storeroom. Like, does it matter? Do y'all want to diversify your customers?
Sell out.
Okay, good. Then I won't feel so bad.
Yeah.
Because I'll be rolling up deep. I got a lot of kids.
Yeah, I need 20 tacos.
Yeah. I got to feed the munchkins. They play sports.
Yeah.
I got to do that.
She makes some mean enchiladas. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
I'm ready for it.
I think she gonna have like this my black Latina I'm bragging on anyway.
Okay.
So she probably gonna have a mixed culture type of cuisine going on. She said, yeah.
Oh, well, buenos dias, hermana.
She is like, I don't believe her.
Yes.
I can't believe she's talking about me on the radio.
This is awesome. No, look, it is important for us to put out information that there are great young individuals that
Come
are
on
on the
now.
come up because
Yes.
generationally,
Hello.
hey, we be bringing each other down.
I'm about that generational wealth, that generational empowerment.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey.
I like great young entrepreneurs, people that are trying to be about it,
Yes.
and not sitting around gaming all the time. I
Come
said
on
it.
now.
I said it. She out here trying to do something at the age of 20.
Yeah, she's
20.
the manager at the restaurant she's working at right now.
Golly.
And so and yeah, and be going to culinary school.
What?
Yeah.
Hey,
That's
let me-
my
let-
black Latina baby.
Anybody need a job out in Birmingham? Because we got a manager right here. look, the summer rush is coming. She gonna have to do some hiring here certainly.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, when you
so
go
I'm gonna
to
catch you back. I'll call you back. Love you.
She's about to get a live interview. You better get her off the line. I'm about to give her a live interview. I got
She's
questions.
sitting up there like, I don't believe
I
her.
always got something to say. And I had some questions for her. Hey, when you go to culinary school though, Miss Marla, don't you think that's got to be a hard decision of, like what lane you want to go?
Passion.
Exactly.
Passion.
I like that.
Passion.
You might as well.
Yeah.
Don't chase the trends. You go with your passion.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And and so she ain't even got to lie and be like, my barbecue is the best barbecue. And she ain't even got to do all of that because what she does, she always excels.
Miss Marla, if you were in culinary school right now, 20 years old, like that young lady, so I'm gonna make you about 2 years older than you currently are. what would you focus on for your restaurant? Just curious.
Right. So I would be working on farm to table. So I would make sure that my ingredients are coming from a local farmer somewhere here, wherever I'm gonna be at. You know what I'm saying? Say it's here. You know what I mean? And then I would make sure that the ingredients are gonna be healthy, organic from people I'm gonna sell it to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I want to make. I would have like. Still a comfort food, it's still gonna be a comfort, where you go, oh man, let's go on over and hit that truck up because we know we're gonna get it good, but it's gonna be, healthier for you, So you ask me, they probably like, whatever, we're gonna do some greasy burgers, but you ask me, and so if I were to do it right now, that's what I would be going for.
Oh, just curious. Well, we learned something though.
Yeah.
So that was thank you for playing the hypothetical game.
You got it.
That's what it's
You got
about.
it. You got it.
You are multi-talented. You got accents, extenuations. We already said assertiveness. You got all the A's. Hey, Miss Marla. Hey.
You
She got two A's in it. You can't spell Marla without them two A's.
You can't.
Hey.
And I'm not gonna lie. When I was a kid, I seen Happy Days.
Oh.
And the Fonz.
Oh.
I don't know why I was crushing on him.
Man, he was cool.
I was like, oh, it's the Fonz. It just sounds all corny now. I'm just laughing.
Did it matter the moment you found out that he wasn't actually a tall guy? Because but on TV you think he's 7 feet tall. Yeah. Because he was tough. But in real life you find out. Did that matter at that point?
No.
Nope.
No, it didn't.
He was the man.
Honestly, I mean, I might say that because somebody tried. Miss Marla, you're scaring me. You said you preferred tall men. That's not really, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not. Oh my God, I've seen some tall ones that, gorgeous, but I'm sorry. I've seen some little men that I'm like, so I'm all about that mental.
Yeah.
I'm about that mental. Can you make me laugh? Can we have conversation?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want. I mean, it's about compatibility with me right now in my lifetime. So
what
I might have looked at back then is totally different now. Sometimes I look back at I was like, what was I going through when I was with that one?
We all.
Oh my goodness, and so I have learned and I have grown, and so my thing is like, well, I'm never lowering my standards ever again.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna be bringing high standards. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm a queen. See, I'm not looking for the prince. I'm looking for the king. So you bring it, I bring it. We both bringing something to the table. You know what I'm saying?
No, we are doing what we were meant to do.
Yeah.
By saying this, we're helping, just like we said earlier, we're helping a young 20-year-old who, they mama, they papa, they aunt, they greasy granny, whoever.
They granny not greasy. I'm sorry.
But there are people out there that were not put up on game.
Yes.
And anytime that we can offer something that can hit them and be like, oh, you know what? I didn't even think about that. Look, we just helped you out from a lot of heartache, and hurt feelings.
Oh my goodness.
And wasted time.
Yeah. Oh, big time. Even because at at a young age, and you saw she's beautiful. You got to learn how to say no and not get caught up.
Yes.
Because before you know it, you're like, oh, I think I'm in love. And I always tell him, let me tell you one thing, babe. That first love probably won't be your last. Because you don't know. You got to learn somebody. And you're just now learning yourself.
I'm going to tell you this. I say this to my wife all the time. I wish I could go back in time and meet those people that I've been in relationships with, because I want to apologize. Because I know what love is now. We've been together 14 years.
Awesome. Beautiful.
This is an amazing love.
Yeah.
That, I feel bad because I wasn't giving. It was not what this is. And that is what I've learned. See. And so if I could pass that along to people, it's about learning and finding the person that's right
you guys
for
have children.
you.
Yes.
Because I say it all the time. I say it into this mic. I'm with somebody that lets me be me. I'm the very best in the world at being Dapper D. And it's fun being Dapper D.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that I can be Dapper D and I ain't got to hide myself.
There you go.
And,
there you go. Because you let her be her, right?
All day, every day.
Even when she snatch one of your hats and she might look better in it, you got to get a hat up.
I'm not saying that I'm going to leave that hat in the same place the next time. But yeah, she got it right then. Right then.
Yes.
But that hat ain't going to be, go looking for it next time. Like, baby, I don't know where that hat at.
Hey, we want to just give some love to the kids of Simpson. OJ.
Yeah.
I'm all conflicted about him anyway. I think we all have been for a minute. So, but he had been suffering from cancer. And so, I really had somebody who thought that he wasn't dead, that the family was just saying that because they're after him. And they was like, dang, he ain't dead. They just want the people to not be after him. I was like, okay, well, we all have our thoughts and we have our opinions about stuff. And so
for those who are not on the know, O.J. Simpson has died of cancer at age 76. His family announced Thursday. While Simpson was a highly decorated athlete, he became perhaps one of the most controversial figures of the late 20th century after he was charged with the murders of his ex-wife and her friend. Simpson's infamous white Bronco chase in 1994 sparked one of the most watched events in TV history, with about 95 million people tuning in. A year later, a jury found him not guilty in a trial that captivated the country. In 1997, a civil trial jury unanimously deemed Simpson liable for the deaths and ordered him to pay $33.5 million in damages. He maintained his innocence for the last 3 decades. But by 2016, according to CNN, polling showed most Americans believed Simpson was guilty. So yeah, controversial.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, very controversial.
Happy Friday. You are on the morning grind.
Happy Friday to you. It's such a beautiful day.
Yes.
Starting.
Yes.
I'd like to make a comment on one of your comments.
Yes, ma'am.
He was saying that he wished he could apologize to all the other
in the past
people that he was involved with because he feels like he shouldn't have done that. Look at it this way. You did it because that is one of the steps on the ladder that you have to go on in order to appreciate what you have now.
You're right. You're right.
Yes.
Thank you for that. Look at you.
So don't worry about forgiving.
Okay.
Just thank God that you have learned from those steps.
There you go. That was awesome. I agree with you.
No, thank you.
Yes, that was some great words of wisdom.
You just took off some of the guilt.
Yeah,
because I was like, baby, I love you. In 2001, I'm telling you, I love you. I love you.
Right.
But man, what I do now and then it's different.
Yeah, that's some great words of wisdom. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
thank you.
Don't feel. Just thank God that you did learn.
Right.
Yeah.
That you learned your lesson.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because there are steps to everything that you do in life. If you had loved somebody like you love now, you probably would have went crazy. Because you just wouldn't know what was going on, you know. But you do, you know what's going on. And I'm sure that the people should appreciate you thinking that way. But it is nice to just know that those are your life steps.
Wow.
And you all have a great day.
You too.
Some very good sweet pineapple this morning.
Oh, that sounds good. Yes. I love pineapple.
Bring it on, bring it on.
I know. I might have to stop by the store. See what you starting.
That's steps to love, darling.
Man, you have an awesome day. Morning. You too. Thank you so much. All right.
Bye-bye.
Great words of wisdom, huh?
Yeah. Because I had a little guilt. Because, I feel, look, I'm a man of my word. I consider myself a gentle man. And if I tell you I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. If I say I'm in it, I'm in it.
Yeah.
And I don't half step on nothing.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah. And I felt like that young buck and what he was saying was love, and the things it ain't the same. But
you learn.
Hey, she just took some guilt off his brother here. I'ma just be glad that smile because it happened.
There you go.
That's what I'm gonna do.
There you go. Cause I don't know. Cause see, I'd be like, honey, you and me. I don't need you calling them exes, trying to say they may think something. Okay, no, but I am secure in myself.
Yep.
But yeah, I just ain't no need to start stuff getting going. And stuff like that. You don't know.
Ms. Marla,
yes,
I was wondering, are there any, like, when you think back on your life, are there any times where you say to yourself, I had to go through that? It was painful, but I had to go through it. Because it's very easy to say, oh, if I can go back in time, I'm gonna never do this.
Yeah.
But sometimes out of that heartache rises the phoenix. Out of those ashes.
Right.
Would you say that you have one or two instances that you felt like you had to?
Even the painful ones, even the traumatic, I have grown to know that those were stepping stones to allow me to be who I am today.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be as strong as I am today. I wouldn't be that mentor, that leader in my community if I hadn't gone through those things to let me understand that life is life. And I can't let just small things just bring me down, or even the big things. I had to learn from all of it.
Yeah.
And I don't like being depressed.
Yeah.
I don't like being down. Just even the mistakes I made.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Those were all stepping stones for me to be on top.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I see that.
So I like I'm saying, I have been through some traumatic stuff. And I've had help. I have had therapy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've gone through therapy, and I am highly spiritual, so I believe in the higher power. And like that poem Footprints.
Yeah.
Oh my God. People would tell me, oh my God, girl, you're so strong. No, I'm not. But understand, when I fall, I fell right into those arms. It wasn't me. Like right now, it ain't even me holding myself up. It's the higher power's arms. Like, I got you, girl. I got you. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. So yeah, I learned from all. I can't let the traumatic stuff, I can't let any of that bring me down, because I had to go through it to be this strong person that I am right now.
Can I continue with a follow-up?
Yeah.
At what point, when you fell into those arms and those footprints and you was being carried, at what point were you good and you was like, hey, you can go and put me down now, but you maybe you got a couple extra yards in. Go ahead, keep carrying me just a little bit longer.
I don't talk to him like that. I'll be like, whenever you feel like you want to put me down, then I'm here. So,
Yeah.
Hey, so I get a little budge every day. Well, get up and go live life.
So that I make light of it, which I do a lot. Yeah. But I like what you said there, because at some point, you go through it.
Right.
You done made it. You got to step on out again.
Yes. Yeah. It's I love life. I love people.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, I get upset just like the next one when I see, you know, my people being treated some kind of way or any other, because I feel like everybody my peoples. You know what I'm saying? My friends in my circle, you know, it is a rainbow coalition. You know, but isn't that what it's supposed to be about though?
If you smart,
you know what I'm saying? And we each help each other.
Yeah.
You know, even if we're from a different culture. You know, in my circle, it's about they standing up for my rights. I'm standing up for their rights, you know. And I mean, that's everything. I mean, even religion. I mean, I have friends from different religions. We are still just awesome together. You know what I'm saying? And it makes a big difference. So that's, you know,
enlightenment.
Yeah.
I think the diversity of your circle brings about that. You can't walk a mile in that person's shoes because you're walking in your own shoes.
Right.
But those life lessons, those lessons learned that they bring to you, now you're like, hey, thanks for putting me up on game. Now I am that much farther ahead and I ain't have to go through it.
Come on.
So that's what diversity is about. But you know, you can keep messing around with the same people that's just like you, been through the same thing, just like you, look like you, have the same in common with you, and then you're gonna stay nice and bland, while the rest of us, we thriving. We thriving over here.
I'm moving on.
We got people passing us opportunities.
Yes.
Get me started.
You know, and hey, I don't know. Well, my grandma said, "Don't block your blessings, baby."
Yeah.
So I don't. Well, at least I try not to. That's why I don't drive, because man, I had some road rage. I'm still working on that. I was in the car in the passenger seat the other day. Somebody just cut right in front. I almost cursed them out, but I caught myself. Marla, you're not even driving. Now the driver laughed at me like, I see why you don't drive.
Say, can you have passenger rage? Because I've never heard of that until now. You're supposed to be sitting over there just looking out the window and you out here dropping expletives and waving your fist.
Yes.
You ain't even driving. You know, it's funny. Somebody cut me off yesterday, and it was bad. I barely missed him.
See,
and the first thing my daughter said is, "That person needs to go back to driving school. He think he knows what he's doing." She got like passenger rage.
Yeah, see, exactly.
She's 6, and I did not expect her to say that. I like that.
They believe me. Children are listening. Yeah. I got in trouble because of my road rage. Had my niece in the car. She was a little young at the time. People cut me, you know, or do whatever. I may say a word, okay? I'd holler it out. Forget she even in there. I would be like, you know, A.
Yeah.
I'd be like, that's a a-hole, right?
Until
somebody, she in the front. And somebody cut me off. We were going down. She was here in Texas with me. We going down I-35, and she's like, before I knew it, she hollered it out, a-hole.
Oh, man.
Auntie, that was an a-hole, wasn't he? I was like, oh, my gosh.
Yep.
So I had to learn my lesson. A lesson learned. Watch your mouth when you're around the kids, because they are picking up on everything you say.
Do better, people.
Oh, my gosh.
Do better.
I felt so guilty.
Don't be the one.
The guilt I had behind that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was like, okay, no, let's not say that. And Auntie is wrong. Auntie, spank Auntie on the hand. I shouldn't have even had that kind of language around, so I had to control.
When you get called up to the school, when you look at that teacher,
come on now.
Of course, to the teacher, you're like, I don't know where he got that from. Then you get out there, hey, man, I'm sorry. I left you out there. You ain't supposed to be saying that. My bad.
KAZI Austin 88.7, but we are in the ears of everybody all around the world on KAZIFM.org. Uh-oh, we got another one. Wait, where we at? Ghana. Yes. Ghana. What's up, my brothers and sisters? What's up, my brothers and sisters?
I'm gonna be excited.
I am way too excited. I was like, okay, we got some new listeners.
Yo,
you know, from Seattle, Washington to Ghana,
Emerald City,
oh,
Ghana.
I
don't even know what they call Ghana, but I'm gonna get there.
That's like a it was gonna be this year, but that's probably gonna be like 2025, 2026 not road trip, but you know, it's on my goals.
Yeah,
it's in my itinerary. That's where I'm gonna go. I've actually had, I don't know, I'm still working on, you know, the whole DNA checking my culture, but what's funny is that I've had quite a few people from Ghana, they'll be like, where are you from? And I'm like,
that's a good accent.
I'm like,
Miss Marley, you got skills.
Chicago, originally by way of Austin, Texas. And they were like, oh yeah, Shane. They say, you look like you're Ghana.
One of
Ghanaian.
us.
And I was like, really? She says, your features, you look like you're Ghanaian. I was like, oh, well, I really could be. I don't know. Hey.
It is the second most populous country in West Africa.
Oh my gosh. So, love going out to Ghana. Hey.
West Africa in the house.
Yes, baby. Yeah.
West Side.
And then, what did I say earlier? They're still tuned in up there in Wichita.
Wichita?
Wichita.
Wait, Kansas?
Yeah, what? Wichita. I just like saying it. Just something about the word Wichita.
Yo, Ghana, let's give you some love. Ghana was the first sub-Saharan African country to gain independence from colonial rule.
Yes.
The name Ghana means warrior king.
And I definitely know.
In the Soninke language.
My mug says warrior woman.
Well, hey. Ghana's known for its rich cultural traditions, including music, dance, art.
Oh my God, yes.
And it's on the west coast of Africa. If you didn't know, people.
It is some rich history.
Yeah.
There's some rich history there. Even the connections with, that Middle Passage. That,
Man, I can't believe I'm telling you, my circle, if they don't know, they gon' know. I'm be like, yo, from the motherland, cast them.
Yeah.
They done got us in the motherland. Listening in.
I love it.
I don't care if you're from Australia and you're just doing business in Ghana, you Ghanaian right now. And don't ruin it for me. Don't call in if like, hey, I'm from Germany. I'm just in town. I don't want to hear it. I don't screen calls. I'm not even over there. But Miss Marla, I will come over, dive in my dramatic Dapper D fashion, and knock that phone out the way.
Oh my goodness. Man. Oh my goodness.
I want nobody to ruin that for me. Let me have it. Mama, I made it.
I gotta get it. Keep talking.
Okay. Well, I was, for those who are out there who may not know, if you want to say hello over in Ghana, it's going to be very easy for you. English, it's a highly multilingual developing nation in West Africa. As I told you, it's the second most populous. Over 25 million people with different ethnic groups. They have 50 indigenous languages, but English is the official language. So if you want to know how to say, hey, Dapper D, how do I say hello? Hello.
Such a nut. Happy Friday. You're on the morning grind. You said you had a question for us.
Yeah, for you, Miss Marla. I want to know your opinion on the first city black city manager, and the second is, do you think we should, as people in Austin, reelect the mayor as he's going for re-election, or should we vote for someone else? Now just hang up and listen and see what you have to say.
Okay.
And will that city manager last?
Right.
And the majority of this town is white. Well, you think he's going to last as a city manager? I hang up and listen. Bye.
Appreciate you. Girl, she trying to get me started.
Yeah,
it's almost time to go.
She trying to wind me up. Wind me up.
I gotta I really can probably give you a more truthful answer like next Friday. And I'm gonna make a point to do that.
For those who don't know, Austin hires TC Broadnax as city manager with a $470,000 salary.
Right.
And that's what the caller was referring to.
So what I missed out on going to hear him speak against, with the other lady that was, going for that position. And I really wanted to know what he had to say and what he could bring. I know he's coming from Dallas. And I know he couldn't, he had a little issues up there. But my thing is, what did you have the issues with, up there? Oh, did they just have issues because you were black and opinionated and strong?
He did have a tense relationship. with council members up there.
Yeah, so
for years.
now if he's challenging them, is he going to bring challenge to the city of Austin? They kind of favored him, you know. So I really need to dig deep into into him. I'd like to probably even try to interview him, you know what I'm saying? But y'all talking about old Kurt? Oh, I remember down there, we was at St. Ed's, and it was a breakfast, and Kurt was sitting right next to me and stuff.
Oh.
They were like, Marlon, quit flirting. That's when he was the first time when he was mayor.
Yeah.
I was like, I wasn't flirting. He was we had some couscous, and he didn't get what it was. He said, this is like cold grits.
Wow.
And I'm like, well, you can get couscous, in the northern African region. He's
couscous. You want some couscous?
Couscous. And they thought I was flirting with him, I wasn't, even though I do know he oh, I'm sorry, Kirk, I didn't mean to tell you about how you do like the women. I don't know about now, this is a long time now, so that was way back.
If you don't know the name of it and someone offers you, if a lady you're sitting next to for breakfast says, hey,
we were all at this big breakfast at St. Ed's,
Yeah.
But do I think would I vote for him? I'm like, I'd like to talk with him also. You know what I'm saying? And so I say you have to do your due diligence and researching these people and tuning in and seeing how they feel and how they feel about your issues that you may have problems with. You know what I'm saying? Is he taking care of the things that have to do with you and your community? I mean, and it starts right here. And I'm so happy she did ask that, because that means she's thinking about that. She's, wondering, and go by my opinion though, but because sometimes I'll be like, let's change everybody, get a whole new. But I still, I'd like to do some research a little bit more, because we still have time, when we get ready to vote. Because I want to check the city manager out myself. You know what I'm saying? And understand what his position, what his opinion, and things like that. And I don't know about that, Kirk, because sometimes we vote on people because of name association, because we knew that name before. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. This gentleman has over 30 years of experience in local government. He was the Dallas city manager since 2017. He left that role. He resigned that role in February. He worked as a city manager in Tacoma, Washington. We were talking Seattle's a little south of there.
Yes.
He was assistant city manager in San Antonio for 6 years. And for those who are new to the area, if you're wondering, well, why are we talking about that? Austin has been without a permanent city manager since February 2023, when the city council fired Kronk for his handling of an ice storm that caused widespread power outages. And that was cited as communication was a key failure.
Other than that, they probably should have been working on that kind of stuff for years.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Me and my mouth.
Gotta have a plan.
You gotta have a plan. You gotta always be ready for emergency. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to take this last caller. How about that?
Okay. Let's see. Who is on the line? Is it Ghana? Wait, is it someone from Australia who's in Ghana who's gonna ruin this for me? I don't know. Maybe it's somebody from Dallas that's saying, "Oh, y'all got our boy. Y'all got our boy." We'll see who it is.
Happy Friday! You're on the morning grind.
Hi, happy Friday. I love the conversation you guys are having. I just tuned in, so the lady that was speaking said, sometimes I want to get rid of all of them. I say to my people, let's get rid of all of them. We need to go to our churches. We need to mobilize, and we need to vote.
Yes.
Look at Carmen for mayor. Carmen Yanis Pulido.
Okay.
She is a native Austinite. She went to LBJ doing the LASA program. She knows our people. She knows our struggles. Kirk ain't for us. I'm telling y'all.
Okay.
I thought he was too. I voted for him this time around, but he did a bait and switch, y'all. Y'all really need to look into this housing option for middle income earners. It ain't for us. This home initiative is a land grab. It is all about the land. It's all about the land. And as y'all know, black folks in Austin, we losing the land, you know, and so, you know, we want to be able to purchase and participate in this housing market, and this home initiative is not going to provide affordable housing. So really research, we already have seen what Natasha Harper Madison has done to the east side. She said she was helping us. She has not been helping us. Kirk has not been helping us. Really research these candidates and ask them the hard questions.
Exactly.
You know, we got to ask and we got to participate.
That's right.
Because, you know, and we need to mobilize. This is all coming up soon. So, you know,
that's the key
it's not just the mayor.
Right.
The city manager's already done. We don't get to vote on that.
Right. We don't get to vote on that.
These council representatives are all about urbanism. They're about bike lanes. How many of us you see riding in a bike lane? I mean, we like to ride bikes and exercise. We do, but we ain't trusting the road to ride on a bike.
Nope.
Well,
you know, so they're all about the bike lanes and all of that stuff, but most people drive a car, and Austinites, a lot of us black folks that were pushed out, we get into the city from Manor, Pflugerville, Hutto, all those places, and we are not going to be taking the bus or the train to get into the city. So they are attacking cars. I think there's a place for walking, there's a place for biking, but we need to incorporate everybody into this. So I love the discussion y'all are having, and people really need to look at the candidates. There's a lot of people coming up for a vote.
Hello.
Cheeto Vela, no. Really, don't go with the name recognition.
That's the thing. That's why Watson that's why Kirk got back in. That's because it's their whole name association. You know, I know that name. So I'll go with that.
And those people have the money. They have the money. Because if you go and you research who's funding their campaign, it's major real estate developers.
Wow.
Just like the Project Connect.
Yes.
You know, I know Jess Trevelyan is really there for the community, but he was pushing the Project Connect. Austin Justice Coalition was pushing the Project Connect. You really got to see, you know, they don't speak for all of us, so really do your own research. AJC don't speak for all of us. They've been pushing some policies that are not going to benefit black people. You know, so you know, we need to look, because everything that happened in D.C. and New York, they're trying to push here, and it ain't affordable there. Trust me, I know. I lived it.
Wow.
Even though I'm a native Austinite.
I appreciate you chiming in. I appreciate everything you just said. Yeah, wake them up. You know, hey, do the research.
Carmen for mayor. Carmen for mayor. Really look into her, y'all.
Okay.
And
I'm
I
check
love
out
what y'all are doing. Thank you.
Thank you. You have a wonderful day and an awesome weekend.
I always say those that are complaining about urbanism, gentrification, this isn't the first city. It's happened in other places. So what you do is you find out about what's happening there, and you can see what's coming. For those who don't know, HOME, it's an acronym for Home Options for Middle Income Empowerment. And it's a series of proposed changes to Austin's land development code and other incentives for creating or preserving housing. It has several elements to it. They're expected to be additional phases moving forward. So if y'all didn't know, that's what she's referring to when she says that. But yeah, there were some significant things. 3 units, bumping the number of units by right allowed on a single family lot to 3. Tiny homes, patching loopholes in Austin's land development code to more easily allow for tiny homes to be considered a unit on a lot zoned as single family. Preserving existing homes. So part of the Home Initiative creates a bonus program that encourages the preservation of houses already on lots. And then house size limits, setting size constraints to force smaller units. And that's phase 1.
Oh yeah.
And there's phase 2 to come. Additional changes will be brought forward, such as lot size. So yeah. Hey, when you're looking for a candidate, you should be looking at the initiative.
Do the research. And when they have like town hall meetings where the politicians get to talk and say, we need to be there.
Yeah.
We need to have our questions ready.
Don't complain at the barbershop. We got it.
Go on.
Everybody knows you loud.
Come on now.
They see you every week when you come in. You need to get up, get out, and
do something.
Those are the people who impress me.
See, exactly.
That's what I'm saying. That
Go ahead and give them something positive before we get out of here.
I want everyone out there to know the information is out there for you. We had those real estate professionals in here helping us out, putting you up on game for the Community Impact Day. If you think that you've learned something today with us, I am not a real estate professional. Sorry, I am not a real estate professional. Miss Marla is not a featured presenter at that event, but there are people and their job, their desires are to help you and this community. So get up, get out, get to it. You're about to learn some stuff. And I'm excited about that. I hope you are too.
Yeah. It's just